Hi guys, it's Drawlaw here, and today I'm going to be using this picture that I drew, and I'm going to be coloring them with these markers I found from this company called Zebra, and they're not just any markers, they are metallic brush markers. So I'm super excited about this. Let's go ahead and take them out and get a look at what exactly we are using. So they are opaque, meaning they cover anything that was on the bottom. So I did my best in this video to make sure that I didn't cover any line art or anything with them. They are also brush markers, which means you can get thin and thick lines with them. And since they're metallic, they're super shiny. So when I move it around in the light, you can really see them glimmer, and I think that's super cool. Now onto the drawing. I started off first with the skin just because I didn't use any metallic markers for that, and I was kind of nervous to use these metallic markers. I really didn't want to mess up this picture. I was really happy with the way it was, and I did not know what I was doing. These metallic markers are not like anything I've ever used before, and I really wanted to make this a good video. So before I went into coloring this, I practiced it a little bit, and I think I figured it out. So I'm just coloring the skin like I normally do, just simple shading and some rosy cheeks and just stuff like that. And the first time I used this, I used it for the blue eyes. I made her have these sparkly, really pretty blue eyes. And now I'm doing the hair. And I'm coloring the hair with this normal brown Ohuhu marker. And then I go in with the brown metallic marker and I give her these highlights. And it actually showed up really nice on the camera. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. It looks so cute. Here I'm adding in the highlights. I'm really happy with the way the hair looked out. I just really like it. I also went on top of it again with the Ohuhu marker, just on like the back parts of her hair where it would be a shadow to give it a shaded look, just to give it a little bit of dimension. But yeah, no complaints. I was so happy. I'm like, phew, I didn't mess up the hair. See, I didn't want to go in straight with just the metallic marker because I wouldn't have been able to shade it. Like if I just colored the hair just with the metallic brown, it would just be all one shiny brown and it would have had no depth or dimension, and that wasn't the look I was going for. So I used the metallic markers more as like accents in this drawing rather than the main colors. And now I'm moving on to her dress. As you can see, it has kind of this rose theme. I think I found this picture from this, Beauty and the Beast, the Princess Belle. She was wearing like this rose dress and I was really inspired by it, so I kind of took it and made it my own in this drawing. And for the roses, I colored them pink, and I used the pink metallic marker to go around the swirls of the roses just to make the rose pop, because I really wanted the rose to stand out in this dress, but I didn't want to stand out too much. Like, I wanted to stand out enough where it's like, wow, eye-catching, but I still wanted to look like, it was part of the dress. And that's what I ended up doing. So I think in all of them, I went in with a normal marker first, and then in the end, I went in with the metallic marker. Because if I had gone in with the metallic marker first, I wouldn't have been able to add the normal marker on top, because like I said, the metallic markers are opaque. If you don't know what that means, that pretty much means it covers anything on the bottom, and it's kind of hard to color on top of that. Also, something to note, these markers were water-based, and I'm not too fond of water-based markers, because when you go over them on the paper enough, the paper will start tearing up. Unlike these Ohuhu markers I'm using, like the marker I'm using right now, this is an alcohol-based marker. So you can go over it multiple times and, you can get different colors and tones. So yeah, it was interesting to try out mixing water-based and alcohol-based markers. It's a fun experiment. And these markers, these metallic markers, they were actually really cheap, super inexpensive, so you guys could definitely invest in some and try it. It was super fun. Now I'm moving on to the rose here, and I'm really taking my time with it, as you can see, because I wanted it to look good. I wanted to give it a lot of dimension. Like, I wanted it to look 3D, and I'm happy with the way it turned out. I feel like I could have shaded it more. Maybe instead of only using 2 colors to color it, I could have used 3, and that would have made it pop even more. But it's okay. I'm happy with the way it looks. Just some things to think about for next time. And now I'm just coloring the inside of it. See, I made the inside of the rose darker just because the petals are more closed up on the inside. So I thought if I make it darker on the inside and a little bit lighter on the outside, it'll look more realistic. It actually helped to look at some rose references, just some pictures of actual roses, just to give me an idea on how the petals overlap one another and stuff like that. So now I'm moving on with the star of the show, the metallic markers, and it just added that extra voila to the flower. Just gave it that really pretty shiny look. And even when I was done with the flower, I still was not done with the marker. I'm like, oh, I just have to keep using this. So I added some of these dot details on the bottom of the pink. And I think that's it for the pink. Now we're moving on to the yellow. So I was thinking long and hard about what color to make the bottom because I was thinking, should I make it blue to match your eyes maybe? But then I really wanted to use the gold metallic marker. I really wanted to use it. So I thought if I color the bottom yellow, then I could use the gold marker for accents. So that's what I did. Also for the shading, because I don't have really a dark yellow, I used a brown and I blended it. Some of you might be thinking, how do you blend brown with yellow? But if you've seen some of my past videos, you'll know that I say that you can blend pretty much any color to each other as long as you, keep at it. You just gotta blend long enough and it'll end up working in your favor. This picture was so much fun to draw. Like just experimenting with these markers, I had so much fun. That's why if you guys ever feel like you're in an art block and you're not sure what to draw, maybe just changing up the way you draw or what you draw with can give a nice kind of change of scenery and maybe it can take you out of an art block. That's not to say I was in an art block currently, I'm just giving some tips. Okay, and now we're going to be moving on to the gold, the pretty shimmery gold. And I kind of did what I did with the pink, like I added a detail on the bottom, but I didn't add dots. This time I added these squiggly lines, and then I added some stripes. When I was adding the stripes, I'm like, oh no, I don't know if this is a mistake or not, but I really just want to keep using this marker. And you know what, I actually like the stripes. I think they add a little more. It makes the drawing less plain. I love this dress. I'm super happy with the way it turned out. It's just so extravagant and high class looking. I really wish people wore dresses like this today, but I feel like if I ever wore a dress like that in public, it would just be ridiculous. That's why I have joy in drawing them. Oh, and here, I see drawing YouTubers do this a lot. They get like a cup and then they draw a circle on the back and they fill it in. And I decided to do it just to use the metallic markers a little bit more. And I made it blue to match with their eyes. And there it is. There's the finished product. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. These markers were awesome. They're called Zebra. Please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell down below so you guys know every time I post a new video. Bye guys!